again. So some people have, in fact, quite a lot of people on YouTube and beyond have asked me about the version of the Doctor Who theme that I arranged, which we used on The Lonely Assassins, which is the mobile game that Maze Theory released, which is brilliant and really well reviewed. And if you haven't played it, it's hard. I can't possibly be objective, right? But it's great, so give it a go. But bless them, the BBC really liked the theme that I'd arranged and gave me and May's blessing to use it on both The Lonely Assassins on mobile and The Edge of Reality. So when you get to the title sequence in this, you hear this brand new arrangement of the theme that I did. Not only that, but I got to record it in Air Studios in London when we did the orchestral session, which was just mind-blowing. Such an amazing experience to hear that iconic, and that word is overused, but this really is an iconic theme in that iconic space with my arrangement of it, and those world-class musicians is just a dream come true. And again, this is one where I think there's only so much value gained from talking about it, so it probably makes sense to just run through the session, and I'll solo a few things as we go so you can hear and see what's going on at different points. I think the main thing is the middle eight, which I slightly changed the chords to, not because I think they were bad, but just because I've always had this thing in my head with the Doctor Who theme with the middle eight, where I just like the idea of tweaking it a little bit, making it sound a bit more cinematic. A lot of people have said Stargate, and that was not... I haven't actually heard the Stargate score until people said it, so there's no intentional homage paid to... I think it was David Arnold who did that score. I've heard it since, it's brilliant. But Stargate has that sound, right? It's got... So it's got that sort of flattened sixth in it. I think that's a Neapolitan chord. I think that's what they call it. Or is that an ice cream? Yeah. Anyway, so Stargate has this, and that is all over the Star Trek scores as well. It's a very spacey, cinematic sound. And I thought it'd be nice to put that in the middle eight. So the middle eight usually goes, I think the Doctor Who theme is usually in, I think D, E flat or E minor for the theme. So all of that's the same, I didn't mess with that stuff. And then we go into the middle eight. Now I kept this bit, right? And I kept that in there. I sometimes like to change that and do different things. Like that kind of chord. But for this, I thought it's... If I orchestrate it nicely and get the brass in there, it'll sound nice and full and it'll work quite well, and then I can change the chords after it. So I kept that bit in. And then instead of doing this, right, sounds quite sweet. This is the bit that Murray Gold thinks sounds like Do They Know It's Christmas? I changed the Do You Know It's Christmas bit, so instead of it sounding quite sweet and polite, I made it do this. So it's that note in that chord that gives it a bit more spice and gives it a bit more Stargate cinematic science fiction vibe. So instead of this, I did this. And that combined with the various things I did with the arrangement and the orchestration and the mix, just the whole effect of that together was, to me at least, and hopefully other people, was fresh enough to make it worth doing this whole extra version of the theme. I think with all of these things, you've got to be respectful of the fact that it's a well-known thing, and you've got to not change it so much that it's just completely different and bears no relation. But at the same time, if you're doing an arrangement of something that's well-known, you have to bring enough to it to make it worthwhile being a new arrangement. Otherwise, just use the original one, right? So, yeah, a lot of people seem to really like this, and I'm very happy they did, because there was a lot of pressure on, are people going to hate it if I do a new arrangement of the theme and make some, slightly controversial choices with it? So yeah, thank you very much if you were one of those people. And if you weren't, then screw you. Thank you very much, and here is the video.